What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to Lush Exchange. We are here today, excited that you guys are tuning in tonight. You know, because it's always a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. So, when we're on air.
Always.
How are you ladies doing today? How are you ladies doing?
Good.
I'm good as well.
Okay. And we're matching today with shirts.
I
Top two. I know.
Like we can never coordinate this. It's like one day we'll both have the shirt on. So today we did. You know. So let's go ahead and introduce who we are. Then we will have another guest later, Miss Creative Lynn. She will be fashionably late, so but we will have her on. So who do we have the pleasure of having? Let's start with the guest of the hour. Who do we have?
Hi, Miss A to B. I'm Mom First Alwayz network YouTube channel for all of those who do follow.
Okay, Miss Mom First Alwayz, Miss A to B, and Miss Lady to my. I still ain't got these directions together. Whatever, wherever you at next to me, that's where you at.
I am Miss Nikki V, and then we got
Miss Maggie T, and actually it's opposite because the shirt should be, whatever. The shirt ain't matching the order that we in.
Yeah, that would have been super dope.
So that's what we're gonna do this. How about that? Boom! Now that works. That works. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, go ahead and put some in the chat. I already see a lot of you in here. Appreciate you. Hey, Miss Amy, how you guys doing?
Amy boo.
We are Lush Exchange. In case you don't know, this is your first time watching, please subscribe. But it's going to get. I already know this is going to be an interesting topic today because, of course, we're going to start it off with the Lush Buzz, and this one's probably going to get some conversation going because in case people don't know what the heck. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and go right into it because I'm just into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
OMG. So this is the Lush Buzz, people. And of course, the Lush Buzz is just any hot topic. It can be political, it can be controversial, it can be whatever. It's just hot at the moment that we want to talk about and highlight. And with this one particularly, because it's really not much that I'm interested in anyway, we had a big deep episode last week, but we kind of already covered that a little bit. So let's get into some craziness, some what in the world is going on with this man here. So, well, apparently, people, Tyrese shaves girlfriend's private area on Instagram. And I do have a picture to go with it. Now, I didn't want to show the video because, I don't want YouTube saying we putting up porn and all that kind of stuff. So, well, her lady bits all up in the air and stuff. So, I have a picture of, an idea of what this video, in case y'all didn't know. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let y'all ponder on that just a little bit, and apparently this young lady is a baby compared to Tyrese. So
definitely. I mean, look, sitting there, she looks like his dang granddaughter or his niece or something. He don't look like that's his woman.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm speechless.
Yeah, really. Like, what do you say?
It's basically
the first word that comes to mind is why. I need to know why. Like, what made you think that was a good idea to shave your woman's kitty cat on Instagram?
You know what? I don't. That's for one thing. Why everybody need to know about y'all private matters, if anything. Okay, if you shave your latest stuff or whatever, why must the world know that you're loving and look at him? And he was talking to it and everything. Oh, that's beautiful and all this stuff. Like he was in love with doing this process.
Just J-Rock. I mean, you cute for trying, but even if she were pregnant and needed the help,
reason why.
Why would you do it on Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm not. Why would you post it? Why would it be on live?
I'm
not understanding.
I'm going to share something really quick. As far as intimacy, my husband and I, this is something that my husband privately does for me. Let's be real. But that's privately. That's private. Intimate.
It's very intimate.
Name in the game. But I think what disturbs me most is that why are you doing it public? Why you got to let everybody know your business? It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's not, that's between, whomever. But why we got to know about it, and I'll tell you why. I personally think. I don't follow him, and I'm sure I don't know if you ladies do either. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't care about her. She's a rebound. She's a meanwhile, in between time, let people talk about me. This is just a combo piece. And guess what? They're both benefiting from this. This is how Kim Kardashian made her way through it. She's a cute little girl. And she's like, well, let me figure it. We're talking about it. It's different. It's different. And for that reason alone is the only reason why he did it. Let's be honest. Yeah, he's trying to stay forward. Like I've seen a lot of, I do follow on my dummy account. I do follow him, and he does stupid things all the time. He'll walk into like a store with like flip, surfer flip, like what are those things that they wear for the feet when they go surfing?
Like swims.
Yeah, walk in with that and like goggles and stuff just for pictures so people can look at him. Like he does things for attention, and it works. We're talking. You know what?
You're right about that. And I think we're going to add Miss Creative Lynn. She's made it, on here so she can give her her thoughts are about this whole Tyrese showing his ladies stuff and shaving it. So Creative Lynn, welcome.
Hi. Hey, girl.
Hi.
I almost missed it. Hi.
No, we're still in it. So go ahead, ma'am. What are your thoughts on it in case people needed to see this picture again? I put it back up.
I thought it was just even the picture is uncomfortable. It just seems so uncomfortable. It wasn't showing anything crazy or her private area, or it wasn't too explicit. But just watching, I don't know. It just felt really uncomfortable and almost perverted to me.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that because, like I said, he was kind of like enjoying himself a little bit. It was just like, oh, this is beautiful.
I couldn't even tell you how it ended. It just came off really uncomfortable. I was like, why are we even a part of this right now?
I really think that he wanted the attention, whether it was negative or positive in his mind. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Listen, like, I thought about, you know what? I'm not even going to hog the show because I thought about a lot of things when I saw that.
Go ahead.
What did you think about?
Like, what's the first thing a dog does for a bone? He takes the bone. He's like, oh my God, a bone. He takes the bone, and usually dogs do what? They bury their bone, right? Why do they bury their bone? Because they don't want nobody else to see it. This is my bone. This is my possession. This is mine. You think it was a possession type of deal? Like I got this pretty thing, and I'm looking. I think he doesn't care about this.
He's the opposite. Basically.
He's like, you know what? They probably were both high, laughing their asses off. It's like, you know what? What can we do that's gonna be different out there? Oh, I know what I could do.
Yeah. I don't think if that was somebody he cared about, he would have put it out there like that.
He didn't do that with his wife, right? Like, wasn't he with his wife when she was pregnant, all that stuff? I remember that he did, that they had like petals going down, and he was like, oh, she did something surprise for me. And I remember him walking into this beautiful setting. I don't know if you guys remember that. And it was like all these petals, and he's like laughing. But you didn't see her naked. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see her with her legs up in the air.
Oh, okay. Right. I think I remember that. You
didn't see any of this. And
so he cared about her a little bit more than this new woman.
He honestly doesn't. I don't know if he was high off his rockers when he made this decision, but he doesn't care. Yeah, and I like what Vetterman. Well, I can't see that real well up my glasses and stuff. Tyrese ain't got them all anyway. He's unstable. Sorry, I can't read that. I got to get all up in here. Wanterman, you know what? I'm not even going to attempt that. But thank you. Thank you, Mr. V. But yeah, I agree. He hasn't been as stable. Miniature. Wanter miniature.
Thank you, ma'am. He's been kind of kooky and acting out, crying on live, doing it all. I mean, he's just
was he going through something with child
have the
support?
Star Crunch
See his
bumps by
daughter
next
for a
week.
while.
Well, you know what? In correction, and he's 100%. When that happens with me, my husband uses the clippers. There's this one pair of clippers that I wish I knew, but it's really good for like bald heads. You know how when you see a guy with a bald head, it's really
smooths it out and razor bumps and things like that.
Men's shave or something like that. It's a real small little gadget, and that's why I like it. And man, listen, it's better than I don't like getting waxed. Let's talk about it. We're women. I hate getting waxed because what happens with wax is that if you don't stay on top of it every 4 weeks or it's like torture every time.
Every time, yeah.
So I'd rather just do the clipper. So I don't I don't like doing razors.
That part, I'm gonna have to disagree. I love getting waxed because my hair grows incredibly fast. So even if I shave, I'm smooth for that night only, literally. By morning, there's already hair growing outside of the hair. Who has time to shave every 2 days if you like to be nice and smooth? The reason why I love getting waxed is one, it's painful no matter what. Even if you stay on top of it and you go every 3 to 4 weeks, when you're getting it done, the shit hurts. I'm sorry. There's no way to make it better. It don't matter what kind of wax they use. It's uncomfortable at first.
Right.
But baby, by the time I make it home and I spray my little Pure Romance, after shave wax or after shave mist, I'm okay once I get home and I'm good for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Because then when the hair grows back, it's softer, it's thinner. So even if it's been a full 4 weeks, it doesn't feel like it because the hair is softer. I'm still smooth. So I prefer getting waxed, actually.
Yeah.
Shaving is for the birds.
My hair is very soft and very fine. So I guess my hair doesn't grow fast at all. So
mine grows fast as hell.
Like it really depends on.
And you do got a lot of hair on your head too, Nikki. So I can believe it.
Yeah, my hair is very that's what I meant by that. Like my hair is very fine, like it's very thin. So but
I did that.
Everybody has a preference.
That. As a esthetician, we had to do body waxing and we had to do it on ourselves. I'm not a fan of it, but we had to do it on ourselves for a while just to get the experience under our belt, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't something that I signed up for.
I could not imagine doing it myself.
But practicing with the other students.
Oh, okay. But still, women, I know women do it themselves at home, and I'm like, how? How are you?
No. You know what? I'm glad that as with you, I'm glad I didn't know that. So these girls have to try it on themselves before, so that way they have more compassion for people who come, who experience.
We have to do
because when I'm screaming, it's okay. I get it. I'm like, hi. So they have to do it themselves. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
practice on one another. Practice on one another, yeah. I
can't get past that pain, man. Listen, at one point I was on it with schedules and everything, and I was like, okay, I can tolerate that. Okay, it's not so bad. Okay, all right, it's not so bad. But then I skipped, and then I had to go back, and I was like, oh hell no, I'm terrible
with the very first time.
If you're not good with keeping appointments, it's terrible.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to jump off because I didn't realize my connection wasn't connected directly. So, of course, I was kind of delayed.
Fix your camera.
You're good.
It's like you're out.
Okay, I see her now. It's kind of delayed for her, but I see her now. But yeah, someone said no football tonight. Yes.
No football.
We are women that we are definitely talking about this tonight. And
a minute. What did I sign up for?
What you say? I think she's delayed.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay on Miss Creative Lynn's audio.
Yeah, try to come out and go back in, girl, because I don't know.
Okay.
Going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer waxing, and to me, it hurts every time. I don't care if you stay on your schedule and you go every time
because it's hair coming out your
they're ripping the hair out of the follicle. This shit is gonna hurt.
I can't deal with that. I like the great thing is my husband keeps telling me, he's like, he's like, man, somebody who really is into that whole clipping thing. He's like, man, I can make a lot of money. He always like brags about, I'm good, right? I'm like, yeah, you are, because he is. And I don't know if it's like an intimate moment for us too, because it's like, I don't know, I trust him. It's a great moment, I'm not ashamed.
Definitely intimate. That's like you're trusting somebody down there with your most precious yoni. Like you can't let everybody down there.
No.
So that's extremely intimate to allow somebody to shave you or use the clippers, whatever the case may be. It's extremely intimate. Yeah. But you putting it on social media negates all of that.
No.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Creator Lynn, we couldn't hear you the first time. Did you want to you've been kind of going in and out. So you look better though.
You look good.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay. That's what I just said, that I agree with Miss Nikki over there, that it's very intimate and I didn't think it needed to be shared on social media.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what somebody else said. It's like it's a private moment. It's a private moment. But like y'all said, it's probably just because he don't care and he knows it's gonna get some buzz. And nobody's looking for Tyrese right about now. Let's be real.
That's probably why he did it.
He's a good actor, though. Here's the thing. He's a good actor. He really is a good actor. And honestly, their 20-year age difference don't make a difference anymore. Like, as long as she is of legal age.
Yeah. But like Creator Lynn said, it was still kind of awkward, though. Just if you watch it back, it was a little
uncomfortable. It felt so uncomfortable to be watching.
Now, Creative Lynn, didn't you mention something about how it got on social media? It wasn't him who posted it. It wasn't someone else.
It was her, I think.
Yeah,
she was like, she was like, do your man shave you or something like that? Like a bragging thing.
I'm sure. It was like, go ahead, put that up there, let them see, put that up there.
Yeah.
And in regards to his acting between us and Lush Exchange, I really think he's a cheesy actor, honestly.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, that's his role though, and he plays his role well. His role is cheesy, a little bit of humor, maybe.
A little arrogant.
And what was that movie? That cop movie? Was it Black and Blue or Blue and Black or something like that?
He
was okay. He was okay in that one.
Right.
He was all right.
I agree.
He can be serious when he and I guess this is a testament to his acting career. Like the Fast and Furious franchise, they always bring him back, but his character is goofy. He's not really serious.
Thank you.
He's got action. He can do the action because he's got the body and the stamina and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to something serious, we're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that Black and Blue movie, he was good in that one. I'll give him that.
He was good in that one, and I think for me, his like breakout role was the Fast and Furious. So whenever I think back to him acting, that's the role that I see him in, and he was so cheesy.
Mm-hmm. Very. Every single time. Every single one.
Like, oh my God. But yeah.
And it's Terry said, McCrew, I love my wife, but she ain't getting near my junk with a razor ever. So y'all would, fellas, you wouldn't let your love of your life shave you. Let's say, you don't broke something.
No, I tried and I failed. He was like, whoa, no. Well, I have to I'm trying not to curse. He was like, heaven no. He's like, nah.
Trying not to curse? Is that a personal? That's not for the show, right? That's just a personal choice.
A personal choice.
Okay, because we cuss over here.
Yeah, she's trying to do it. She's trying to do it a different way. I said, well, good luck because I know I cannot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to rant by the time I'm done because it's so hard for me. Cursing is my native language. You understand me? And, bro, it's been hard. I don't know why I even thought about doing that. So I'm getting my job, my coworkers be laughing at me. I'm like, sugar,
shoot, missile. OMG, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna last, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna support you on your journey, but I just don't know the people around you gonna be able to,
No, I'm good.
Contribute.
No, it ain't even about anybody else. I can't.
I know.
I can't control.
I know. So, yeah, he is acting a little cheesy, Teresa. He needs to stick to singing, and ain't nobody looking for that anymore. I don't play no Tyrese no more. Do anybody?
I mean, he's a talented singer, and maybe if he made some new music, with some new producers, maybe he would do well. But
I don't know if I can take him seriously now. I don't see him in his.
Hold up, who he hangs out with that I love? Tank.
Yes. And he's been bringing out new music and things like that.
Yeah, now Tank we checking for.
That song When We F. Remember he was like When We. I was just
yes. Yeah, that was the song right there.
Yeah, he's pretty talented.
I don't think Tyrese. I don't think we've been checking for him since Zodiac Signs, Making Love to the Zodiac Signs.
Oh, and I love that song.
Yeah,
you're right though.
That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been. Yeah.
And didn't he have a group with Genuine? It was 3 of them. It was him, Genuine, and
stuff. Tank, Genuine, and him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Terry, you so silly. Fly, my man, the wife can touch the boys. All she wants is not sharp metals involved.
Yep.
And we all just gonna Jada pick it. Y'all just so.
I wonder
when Jada pick it on here. Bottom. Oh, you know what? I would love to have Jada on here.
That's funny.
They be having some great topics. And thank you, Teresa. I see you too, girl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all check out her show on Mom First Alwayz. She cooks. It's like quick, easy go-to meals when you got a busy day and you need like 30 minutes to cook something. She will hook it up real quick for you. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Right now, what we're trying to do is like do just pretty much get people used to coming, and we're doing very simple dishes, just so that way people get accustomed to who she is or whatever. But eventually, we're going to start like making it into things like that are.
Okay, right. So
that you would
perfect
on Sunday.
Okay.
So teaching some people how to cook.
Jermel Meeks is like, don't Lorena Bob at me.
So I take it the fellas don't want nobody shaving them. That's not an intimate moment.
They are very sensitive. They are very sensitive. They are.
You know what? And then you got to think about it. Men got, extra lumps and stuff that you got to get around. And it's like, you got to be
Wait a minute. You trust us down there with our whole mouth. Our whole mouth is filled with how many teeth? 32. Some people got more teeth. Y'all trust us down there with a whole mouth of teeth.
Can I tell you?
Don't want to trust us with a razor?
Well, let me tell you. I wish I had a picture for that one. Creative Lynn and I are co-authors to a book called Book About Shy. And there's a human trafficking scene that she escapes. And one of the reasons why she escapes is because of that reason. Someone tries to rape her and he tries to, and she bites the heck out of her, out of his testicle and gets out of that situation. So when she bites he goes on and she bites his voice box because that was the only way she can get out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Women are monsters.
Teeth are weapons. For the person who said your mouth doesn't have razor blades, that Jason.
Yeah, I don't understand how some women say, "Great, I will bite you. I will you. I will." Yeah, to get out.
I see you, Jason.
All the guys
in here.
Yeah,
all the guys are looking at it differently now. They're like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. They're like,
oh, we have somebody that actually shaves her husband. Wow, you're bold. You're brave. I'm scared of that because I wish I would make a wrong move.
That's trust. That's trust right there.
And that backhand, like what?
Yeah,
that reflex.
Remember The Color Purple when she was above
He about to shave Mister.
He was like,
oh my God. But let's go ahead. We don't spend too much time on Tyrese. He ain't that relevant.
For real.
Yeah.
I already knew this subject was gonna be too good because everybody in here about shaving. Y'all gonna be asking y'all women. So you gonna shave, you gonna let me, y'all gonna try out some stuff. Y'all gonna be making hearts and shapes and leprechauns, all of her stuff, and just trying to be cute and creative because that's my woman.
I say I encourage it. I just don't encourage it in public.
Yeah.
Right. You can pay for my wax appointment. That's about it.
Social media don't need it.
Nobody needs to know what goes on in your bedroom. That's all. Speaking
of lady parts, period. All right, let's get into this topic of today. Why do women use sex as pretty much the only reward, as far as, we'll get into that, but we'll break it down a little bit. But, like, it's just like, hey, everybody, it's, hey, it's my birthday, baby. Boom, it's sex.
Here's some coochie.
There you go.
Or they use it as a means of punishment and they take sex away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the topic, and we're gonna break it down to some subtitles, subtopics. But let's go ahead and I already know the comments getting ready to go off the chain. Women use sex as a weapon. Absolutely.
I don't know. So it's a generational thing. I find more women now are taking control of it. I want to say it's like it's not necessarily a reward for the man. It's like, okay, this is what I want. This is what you're gonna give me, and when we done, I'm gonna go on and go hit this next party.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that, and we're gonna get deeper into it being a reward and the gift and everything else. But let's start with a little bit of deeper into this conversation. Giving yourself up the first night, does it decrease someone's interest in you? So you're using it as a token. It's a reward as a token, like, boom, here I am in all my glory. Very first night, because you really like this dude. You've been interested in him for a long time. He probably was pushing you away a little bit. Then, finally go on that date, and boom, spread eagle the same night. So
it depends. You know what? It depends on what I think. It depends on how much a woman's feeling a man. Is he long-term or short-term? That's a decision a woman makes before anything happens sexually. She looks at him and she targets him. Now, if he's somebody who's temporary and she knows that he ain't sugar, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be funny all night, I tell you.
That he ain't, she's gonna be like, all right, let me get mine. This ain't about him. This is about me. And that's it, because then she knows. But if she wants to keep him long term, I guarantee you that she's gonna make sure that she push that envelope a day or two more, a week or two more, to figure out if he's worth it, because she don't want to fall deep into it. You know what I'm saying? How about this really good? You know what I'm saying? How about this really, really good? And then next he hurt you.
Oh no, you attached.
You need to know. You need to know all those angles. You need to know what's up with him. So,
I can say this, and I agree with that. Because of course I don't did it, one night, end up being a couple of more nights because it was bomb, but I was out having my hot girl summer that year. So of course I wasn't trying to lock nobody down. I wasn't trying to, be nobody's, woman or nothing like that. I was just like, shoot, it's a fine man. I'm having me a great time. I met him, so I don't knock anybody that gives it up the first night. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. Sorry, I can't say sugar. So shit happens. But I don't knock anybody that gives it up the first night. But yes, you're right. There's different reasons why women do it. So me personally, I was having a good time. I'm not interested in being committed to you like that. It just happened to be a good time. And I thought that we vibed pretty well. So I ended up having a couple of more times. It was like, okay, but of course it didn't work out because we wasn't serious about it anyway, so.
You know what? Be honest with you. If you're that type of woman that if you really feeling somebody and you really want him long term, you're making a big mistake. I personally think by exposing your goods to him, because for me it's all about decision making at first, right? So that's section 1, decision making. Is he long term? Is he short term? Now, if he's long term and you feel as though that's the only way that you can bring him in, you're failing yourself. I personally think. You're failing yourself because now you're just basically saying like, this is the only way I can validate myself, when there's more to you than just that.
Oh yeah.
You need to see what's up with him outside the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? See if he can handle you outside the bedroom, because then that winds up becoming another issue, because if the sex is really, 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 really good, and then you deal with something, then you wind up having to, in the future, have to think about or woman, right? If you're a woman dating, like Creative Lynn, she's She has a like her like lesbian. She's whatever your spouse is. You know,
I'm like I said, I don't judge that because I'm bisexual myself. So it's like,
so whoever you're dealing with, if you decide that you want this person long term, I personally think you need to hold off, because what's going to happen is then you don't want to put yourself in a vulnerable position and then possibly get burnt. Maybe not. Maybe not. But it's like playing a game of spades. Do you really want that possible? I don't know.
Yeah. What you got, Nikki?
So here's my take on it. And there are always exceptions for every rule. For the most part, I agree with A to B. If you want something long term, you don't give it up the first night. However, my ex-husband, I'm gonna try to tell the story like short and keep it short. But my ex-husband, we had talked online for months before we met face to face. Okay. The first time I decided we were going to meet face to face was my birthday party. You know, a birthday party, you ain't doing shit but turning up. You turning up the whole entire night. And I had my birthday party at a club. I invited him, and this was the first time we saw each other face to face. Now, I wasn't too sure about him, even though I invited him. I was like, I don't know about him. He seems like he's older. He seems like he's square. He seems like he's a lame. You know, the conversation is okay. I wasn't sure. But because it was my birthday party and I wanted as many people to show up as possible, because I was a promoter for parties and all that shit. This is 10 years ago. So I was like, I just want as many faces in the place as possible. So I invited him. He was nothing like I thought he was. I was completely shocked. Of course, I was hammered by night in. And he was about to go. He was about to go his separate way. But I was about to go my separate way, but then I saw him and I hollered his name real loud. And I was like, you know, some of us are going to my house after party. Why don't you come over? So he ended up coming. He stayed until everybody else
he left. Came all right.
And it did go down. It did go down that night. Okay? It did go down that night.
I'm sorry. She left it open.
If I'm being completely honest, I was like, I'm probably not going to hear when I woke up. This is the next morning. You know, when he woke up and he left, because he stayed the night that night. So when he woke up and left, I was like, okay, I gave it up first night. I'm never going to hear from him again. You know, blah, blah, blah. We were together for 9 years after that. So I don't judge, because it just happens to be, never know. I think, a connection type thing. Yeah, we connected and we were together for 9 years after that. So I'm not going to say you're damaging yourself by having sex the first night. I think it just depends on the two people that are involved. But like I said, I wasn't sure. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm talking about, the spade, right? A possible. Because that possible can help you win a game sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It really depends on how you play your cards after that, too. So that's what I mean. True. Like, it's really a chance that you're taking. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not a risk taker.
It's a gamble. Something. Yeah, it's a gamble.
So, you know.
What you got, creative Lynn? Creative. What you got?
I was just saying that for Miss Nikki that I wouldn't necessarily consider that like hitting it on the first night, just because you said y'all had that relationship prior.
So y'all kind of knew each other a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking online. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily consider that like you saw him. That was your first physical interaction, and then chemistry is chemistry. You don't know, you know. That's true. I think it's all about the chemistry. You never know. I've had a one night stand that stuck around that lingered a little bit longer than I expected it to.
Ooh, you sound like me. My one night, and he was over there almost every weekend and bringing chicken and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I always fed. He was a cook and everything. I was just like, dude, this supposed to be a one night. You bringing me dinner, you know, taking me out to get coffee. You know, I don't know what this is, but I ain't really trying to get close like that. But appreciate you, you know.
That's the lingerer. That's the lingerer right there.
Yeah. That's
clink down.
Let's be honest, and sometimes we gotta be careful with our own weapons. Because sometimes we wind up giving somebody something that you really don't. It's like feeding a cat. You gotta be careful.
They're gonna keep coming back.
And that's
you're like, I can't get rid of this cat.
That's why certain things, your special finisher, you don't, do that for everybody now. You don't put out all, if you just a little hookup, you ain't gonna put out all your stops in that situation. Well, of course, unless you toe up and from the flow up, and then you all over the place. But certain things you hold special for who you love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's a book I read or something, but what winds up happening with a lot of females. Let's talk about celebrities with these groupies. A lot of these groupies meet a celebrity, give it up, and then they mad. They mad because the celebrities are like, it is what it is, and they keep going. You give your and you put in there. I don't know who was it. I don't know if it was a comedy, but it was this one character. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was a movie or a book, but the point is that she wind up having sex with this person, and it wasn't even the celebrity that she wanted to have sex with. So she was mad when the lights turned out. She was mad.
That's her dumbass. That's just somebody that really. I'm sorry. You that messed up. You don't even know who you laid down with.
Yeah, man.
You're just so groupie that you got to get up behind that locker room, that dressing room to get up in there.
Where it applies for sure, right? Like, why are you doing it? I don't know. So then it get back to short term. Maybe that's an experience. Maybe you're that. Maybe you happen to be in that position where you know what? I'm single. I'm free. I'm gonna do me. And and like that's what you're saying, Nikki. It really depends on every situation because sometimes you put you in situations that you're like, F it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Janelle. Then one-nighters, yes. He was a personal chef, so he liked to cook and stuff. And sometimes when he didn't cook, he'll go grab chicken. And I'm telling you, he always had food when he came over. So we eating good and getting to the business. That's my fault. Cause I'm like, you know what? I like to eat, and I like to do the do. So you know what? It's a perfect combination.
I'm gonna break up with him, and he break chicken. He be like, tomorrow I'm gonna break up with him tomorrow. I'm gonna cook tomorrow.
Here you go. Here goes something I just made. It is amazing. It's like, you know what?
Can't go food shopping when you hungry. Can't go food shopping when you're hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. I wasn't even trying to cook tonight anyway. You know what? Come on.
I hear you. So I wanted to go back to this one guy, Jermel. He made a comment. I'm trying to Jermel Meeks, but I think he's one of your regular fans here, right?
Yes, he is. Yes,
he is a regular.
Then about the power. This one.
Yeah, the pussy has power over us. We all know this is a fact. It's pussy keeper and how she uses it. If she's feeling him, it's usually for good. If she's not feeling him, it may be for whatever. Yeah, well,
not to toot our own horns, pussy does have some power.
It does.
If used right, though, because some women are boring and don't know how to use their power.
And I 100% agree with Miss A to B. I think we know from the first look whether or not they could or can or are gonna get it tonight or in the near future.
Oh yeah, you narrow it down like, oh yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, definitely.
A woman, when she walk into wherever room she's in, she's scoping everyone out. Okay, head to toe, all day long. Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes. That we have that power. We have that power.
Definitely. And let's go ahead and get into the next portion of this. We don't exhausted that. Pretty much women re-rule the world. It's just what it is. So, but we didn't get, does it decrease her value? So it really doesn't, because it was basically, before we get to the next one, I forgot to mention this part. Basically, let's do the reverse. Basically, he was saying that because she gave it up for the first night, he left her on red after that. So wow. I kind of want to, get the guy's perspective about the woman giving it up. Of course, we don't care. But it was she. Right. What if she really is feeling him, and it just so happens you do give it up for the first night, and he's like, "Shoot, I got what I wanted. I'm out the door." Mm-hmm. So men, does that decrease a woman's value? Let's get that real quick. if she's kind of giving it up the first night.
Well, that's definitely an old-fashioned term. You know, you have to understand. See, I personally think it's old-fashioned to think that way. You can't think that way. You cannot.
Yeah, it's a new day and age.
You're a woman. You know what? Like back in the day, right? When men only worked all the time. They had that choice to pick women here and there. But women are working too. Women are doing the same thing. It's equal now. You know what I'm saying? So should a woman feel the same way about a man if he does the same thing?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's old-fashioned. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if that's your fan. Like,
chime in, fellas, and toot Miss Teresa. Yes, you know, toot that horn. You know, because we rule the world. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, man.
Oh, let's see. From a fella's perspective, while we waiting on a couple of other guys, I've been in a situation where it went down because the vibrations were so level and it caused infatuation. It was fun for a long time as well. And I've been in a situation where she engaged it and I was not feeling it. And just didn't see. Now you're answering a little bit of our question. You wasn't viewing her the same because she kind of was aggressive and put it on you, and you really wasn't feeling it. But it was like, you know what, shit, it's pussy, whatever, and it went down, and you really wasn't feeling her like that. You know, I can see it that way as well. You just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because she keep damn pushing it. I'm gonna get what I can get out of it. But you still ain't feeling it. It's just like, okay, I knock it down. Bye bye.
That's interesting. It could possibly be because they probably worry if she gives it up that fast, and you've heard this about guys, if she gives it up that fast, then how about if I wind up committing into this relationship, is she just gonna do that with everybody?
Yeah. You're right. I saw an interesting TikTok earlier. It was a duet. This guy was on there. He was like, so all you ladies who are out there doing the bad bitch challenge and there's a little dance TikTok that they do and giving it up on the first night, basically is what he was saying. He was like, a real man who wants to take care of a family and who wants to checking for you. We watching your videos and we listening to you, and we might hit it as far as long term. And I was like, dang, that's real. That's very old fashioned.
Yeah, I wish I would have heard that whole thing. You were breaking in and out of that one.
Well, I heard it. I've definitely heard it. It depends on if she's a woman to be long term with. So, I guess, can you determine that in the first night?
So my question is: if a woman gives it up the first night, do men judge her based on that? Like, even though you're engaging in the act, you go ahead and have sex with her because I guess she's granted you access. So you go ahead and go through with it. But then after the fact, do y'all look at her or judge her and be like, she a hoe. She gave it up to me real quick. It was the first night, yada, yada, yada. Do y'all still think that way is what I want to know.
I don't see too many chime-ins. And LS said old-fashioned. I totally disagree.
Yeah. Go ahead. I wish we could hear him because he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah. I want to know why he would think that.
Yeah, and then Freeway said,
"Why?"
Yeah, put it in the chat. Why? And while we move into the why, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Is sex all they know to offer? So basically, we're still talking about giving it up. Now, this is what you have. You don't value yourself enough to have anything else to offer to someone that you like. You just are sexual in nature, and that's just what it's been for you. But of course, what is the deep root, behind that though? What root? Ladies, I spelled, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Now I just realized, you know what I meant. This whole time I'm putting that down there. You know what I mean. Lush exchange errors, whatever. But what is the deep root behind that, though? If that's the only thing that you offer, that's the only thing that you know. To me personally, I feel like something deep down has happened to this person to be sexual in nature, and that goes down to the childhood. Somebody, to me, I feel like, because like myself, I was raped when I was in high school, freshman year. And took my innocence away. That was the first time I ever had any type of physical contact with somebody, you know, sexual contact. And from there, my whole mindset changed. I was okay about staying in school and, you know, I cared. But then after that incident happened, I didn't value myself anymore. I was skipping. Well, for one thing, I was already skipping school then, but that's how it ended up happening. But I really didn't give a shit at that point, you know, and I started really like not even showing up to school, period. Like hanging out with friends. I was hooking up with people outside of school, and I didn't care about life because at that point, I felt like my innocence was taken away from me. And it was a grown ass 40-year-old man, you know, that did it. And I started kind of getting sexual in nature. You know, that's why I have the, you know, my drive is up and all that, because I kind of lived that life for quite some time. Sex was my happiness, if you will, you know.
See, that's what I mean by old fashioned. And that's my point before LS goes on there, because there are some women who have developed reptile skin because she's been through things, and she could be a beautiful person. She could be a beautiful person. So are you really going to just judge her based on an action, or why not action, or what she done? Because you know what, she probably is your soulmate and you don't even know, because all of a sudden, I had sex with her that night. Because look what you just said, Nikki. You were married to somebody for 9 years. Mm-hmm. Imagine if he would have just said, nah, you know what, she gave us the first night. You don't know. You don't know. You really don't know, because what you just said, Maggie, is because you were going through your own things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know my worth. I felt like, I mean, I couldn't what I felt deprived of, I couldn't give myself to somebody because it was already taken away from me. I wanted my first time to be with somebody, right? But it was stolen from me. So at this point, it's like, I don't have any more value. Right. I don't have any more worth. And I was a baby then too. So I didn't know no better. I didn't know who to talk to. I was ashamed of it. It took me a long time to be able to speak out about it. But people go through that. So you don't know what's going on with this person to have that sexual nature.
Right. Yeah.
I think coming from a woman who grew up in a household without a consistent father figure in the household, I'm not sure exactly how this correlates with each other, but I did notice in my late 20s that in my serious committed relationships, if we weren't being sexual on a consistent basis, I thought something was wrong.
That's me.
I learned that about myself later on. If there wasn't, and when I lived with my son's father, and then after that, you know, whatever relationship I was in, a committed relationship with someone, if we weren't having sex on a regular, consistent basis, I thought you were mad at me, or maybe, you know, I thought something was wrong.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And I don't know how that correlates with each other, but I do remember putting those two things together. Like, okay, I didn't grow up with a father. I didn't grow up with a consistent father in the household. But for some, I don't know how I put it together, or how it does go together. But that's something that always stuck out in my head for me.
Maybe that made you feel loved, you know, somebody really wanting you and being with you. It made you feel like, okay, they like me. And, you know, you got that to connect it with, okay, yeah, if he's really into me, or if she's into me,
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay. He, you know, it's going great, but when he's pulling away, what's wrong? And that was my issue as well. I basically, I got to the point where I was aggressive with getting it. You know, I had to have it all the time. Like I already have a high sex drive, but like you said, I had to have it all the time, to the point where, you know, you're punished for basically you ain't trying to, you know, I'm a little aggressive in nature. Like I said, I'm bisexual, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always aggressive, but I was mad at the fact that you're not giving it to me all the time. So what is your problem? You know, like he's trying to change his whole religion and everything. Like, what? We started out having sex. What do you mean? And I literally cried about it. Yeah. That's how bad it got.
Yeah. I've thrown a couple fits. I've thrown a couple fits.
Yeah. Some people associate sex with love. They associate sex with love. So it's like, okay, if we're there, obviously emotionally, there's like, we're not connecting emotionally because we're not having sex, because we're not physically, you know, together and having sex. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I learned that I learned the difference. I learned the difference more in my current relationship, just because it's not, and we're connected on an even deeper level. I feel like because we were friends for a very long time. So even when we don't, even though I still might throw a fit here and there, it doesn't affect me as much as it used to in my younger years.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you got, Miss Nikki? I know that was a big shock.
I don't know. I guess I see more than one side. I see the side to where maybe she gives it up first night because, like Mel said, she knows what she wants. She's sure of herself, and the vibe was right. So you allow it to happen. The key word there is allow. And then people or other women might do it because she's insecure and feels like that's the only thing that she has to offer. And maybe she'll hook him by offering it up so quickly because that's an intent. I mean, I guess I see both sides, because I was sitting here as you ladies were, talking about, your histories and your past and the things that y'all gone through. I was sitting here wondering, well, am I the same? Am I sexually free because of what happened in my past? Because I was molested as a very young age. I don't even believe I was even 9 or 8. I was probably 7 at the time. But I don't know if I would go so far as to say that's the reason why I'm sexually free now. Because for me, if I meet somebody and we vibe and I decide that's what I want to do, and he's feeling me the same way, yeah, it's gonna happen. That's just how I am. Now, if I'm not feeling you, or if I feel pressured, or I'm not gonna offer sex as a means to maybe try and keep somebody. I'm not gonna use it. Yeah, I don't use sex as a means to please somebody or reward somebody. If I don't want it, I don't want it. So I don't know. I guess I'm torn on. I'm kind of torn, because I want to add to it. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Well, see, it also comes with maturity too, as well. You might have went through that, and maybe you found a way to cope with that, and it didn't bother you as much. Some people don't know how to cope with it, and it could persuade them to be that way. Not everybody that was violated might go into being sexual. It might be something else they might have an issue with. It might not be sexual in nature, but maybe some other thing that they might have, like a disorder or something, eating disorder, or it just anything. It could be anything else mental. It ain't got to always be sexual. But at the same time, that's what I used to be like, where it was like, you got to give it to me all the time. I'm aggressive with it. I'm upset. I'm throwing fits. But as I got older, I realized, sex is not everything. For one thing, I need your vibe. I need your chemistry. I need all of that. So now, of course, I'm still high sex drive. Of course, that doesn't mean I don't want it, but it's not like I'll have a fit because we're not getting it that night. That type of deal. I had to mature up too. And also, I had to forgive that person that raped me and not use that as my crutch, because that's what was fucking up my relationships that I was with. When I realized my worth, then I didn't hold that as like value, or whatever. So it just takes the person, how they deal with their personal issues they might have had, or just somebody is just truly sexual in nature. They didn't have to have anything done, because some people have a real addiction.
Because I don't look at it that way. I don't believe women should use sex as a reward, or the lack of thereof, use it as punishment. I don't think you should do that. I think you're fucking up, to be perfectly honest. So I don't know. For me, I guess I don't understand that mindset, because I'm not going to use sex as either a reward or punishment.
I don't either.
I'm to the point where if I want
let me ask you a question. Right. Let me ask you. So if you and your man were on bad terms, would you still have sex with him?
I definitely would. I sure would. Because whatever we have going on mentally has nothing to do with my physical needs downstairs. If I want to be pleased and we're at odds, then I will be pleased, and
we can detach you.
We'll continue this discussion at another time. But
and we can detach ourselves from that physical act. Sometimes it's just like, let me get it in.
I'm not going to use that. Oh, I'm mad at you, so I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that mindset. And that's just me personally.
I'm with
you. That's a good trait. That's a good trait to have. I need to adopt that. That's a good trait.
Guess what?
Girl, try being with one person for 9 years. You'll learn. I might be mad at you, but I ain't mad at your dick. So give it here, and then get the fuck away from me afterwards. Okay?
And I'll tell you,
man, what you got me.
I'll tell you why. Because to be honest with you, Lynn, you're right. Because what winds up happening, you got to eat every day, don't you? If you go every day, you got to make sure that even though you mad at him, you still want him to be around. So if you're not giving it to him, guess what? His eyes are gonna get bigger and bigger, and then that's when then you got other issues on top of issues.
Right.
Oh yes, right. Jonathan, angry sex beat.
Okay.
Man. That I miss you, baby. Lord, we having babies that night. Absolutely.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna withhold as punishment, and I'm not gonna reward that as a reward.
You're right. I personally had to learn that one myself. I had to learn that one. I was like, if I really want my marriage to work, I really need to get through it, the good, ugly, and bad times, and really separate the two in order to have a functional relationship. Because if not, we would have definitely had a divorce for sure.
Because he might want it.
Creature. If I'm mad at I felt like if I'm mad at you, how can I have sex with you? And that was my issue. And because it was like our marriage was like to that point where we were really thinking about divorcing. It was like really serious. Like not thinking, we were in the courtroom together. Like it was like really serious. It was really serious. And it got to the point where I had to walk away when all was said and done, and I had to say, all right, I have to change my ways. I have to change my ways, because if I really want it to work, I need to really see it from another angle, obviously.
Mm-hmm. What you have to say, Nikki?
I was gonna say, because he might want sex. You might be mad at him for something stupid. Let's be honest. Sometimes our hormones take over. Mm-hmm. We'll be irritated at the dumbest shit possible. But he might really want it. But you, because you got a damn attitude for something stupid, you be like, no, you can't have it tonight. You're creating
a division. You're creating more of a division.
Yes. You're creating a wedge in your own relationship by using sex like that.
Exactly.
Don't do it. I have a question.
So I have a question. If it's something simple, if it's something simple, like it's my attitude, it's my problem, I think I know that I can get around that and get what I need done. But what if it's something more serious? Like, what if it's something that we're
gonna get into that. We got a topic about that. We're gonna definitely get into that a little bit deeper, because we're gonna get into that. So I'm glad you brought that up. But
right. Just like
here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit about that, but we're gonna get into that after this one. But why do some people only give sex as a gift and nothing else thoughtful in that relationship? So we'll hold that creative land, because we definitely gonna get into that portion of it. But before we get into that, me personally, I like a challenge sometimes. Sometimes I might be mad, but sometimes I'll act mad, like I'm mad, man. But I'm really wanting it. So I'm like, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm just gonna go ahead and lay like this in the bed. What you talking about? I'm that mad. I'm like, yeah, I'm mad. I don't want it. Oh, you don't want it? I'm finna get it. I just had to get out the shower.
Don't touch me, Jenna. Don't touch me.
Don't you do it. I'm not gonna do that.
No clothes on.
With no clothes on. I ain't fooling with you tonight. I'm sorry. But I still happen to lotion up and put some Pure Romance on. I'm smelling good. But I'm not interested in it though. I'm not. But the next topic is, why do some people only give sex as a gift and nothing else thoughtful? I'm watering at the mouth, y'all. I'm so laughing so hard. Thoughtful in the relationship.
Because
I'm sorry.
That's why.
I'm sorry, people. I had to get that out there. But why do people, seriously, why is sex the only thing as a gift? Like, you know, it's my birthday, baby. Oh, sex. That's all I got. You go put on a little new outfit. Somebody said, I don't want, this is what I get every day.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that? Why even men too? Sometimes they want to, you know, dick you down and put you to sleep. You feeling great, but then it's like, where the rest of it at though? What again?
Right. Oh God, that was so good. Where's my surprise? That was great.
No, oh my God. So okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. So I had a session, and I guess apparently the dude felt like he showed out, right? He was like, yeah, okay. Like, he was like, he literally said this out loud. He was like, man, I should have saved that for your birthday. What? Come again, sir? Do you think that would be appropriate to just give me that for my birthday?
Well,
no, I'm sorry. No.
My husband, you know what? He always tells me, he is like, I see, you know, money is everything. He said, the hell it's not.
Absolutely. You're going to hear about that, sir. And then someone says she is cheap.
Yeah, man.
And no thought.
A nice gift.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Look, I get this all the time. You ain't got. Somebody say, "Well, bring in another one." If you're gonna celebrate my birthday, bring in another lady with you then, because I get this all the time.
Maggie!
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Where's the surprise at?
That's what my man said.
It is.
Yeah, I hook you up, and he's like, "Where's the surprise?" And then another one comes out. He's like, "Oh, that's what I'm talking about." Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's not, people. Fellas.
It's not a gift.
It's not a gift. Women.
It's not a gift. I know men are listening. Probably they're like, yeah. Say that, Miss A to B. Say that.
Interesting. That's right, Isaac. You're learning something today. It is not a gift, women.
It's not a gift. It's not.
I'm sorry. He wants to be wine and dine too. Take him out sometime.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Rub his back, massage him, something. You got to be regular. We get this all the time. That's not exciting to me. I mean, I love you, but I want a little more than that. Okay, now, yes, I want the sex, but on top of that, I want breakfast in bed. I want all of this sort of those. So let's not forget now. I'm not gonna turn it down, but I'm just saying. Chase Styles, just Chase Styles, will be taking note. That's right, y'all learning.
I just got a tornado warning for my area, so if you see me come off, that might be why.
Please be safe. Please be safe.
It's telling me to take shelter right now.
No, then why are you? I
don't hear any.
Nikki,
for real, I really don't want to see this.
I know, because we can't save you. It's gonna be like what's that? The Wizard of Oz, like do.
Wait. Let me turn it on the Weather Channel just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
Please what's going on.
Please do that. We love Lush Exchange, but you know
a little bit, but just find out.
You just gonna see it. You gonna see this all of a sudden.
Oh Lord, Nikki! Let's see. But buy me a gun, a Pacific car part I want. I'll be the most loyal. You know, during sex. Yeah. Yeah, you mean not doing sex? Do ever.
Buy me a gun or specific car part I want. I'll be the most loyal dude ever. Yeah.
Don't just be throwing sex at folks. Okay, that title move you make on birthdays. No, sir.
He said something else to that Jonathan guy. He said he personally considers sex to be only 25% of the relationship, and I thought never, from a man's point of view, I've never heard of it. That might be something I've heard a woman say, but I've never heard a man say anything like that.
That's true. But you know, there are some men out there that don't, don't hold it. Some people, like I said, men have emotions and feelings and things like that. So on here, Creator Lynn, you're gonna get some real men that's gonna admit to
I think Johnny got some cougars going on. That's like he's saying, only 25% buy me a house.
And Jamel Meek said, I don't look at it as a gift. I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with fair exchange. Don't act like I ain't giving you that part. And that's what I can't stand. Y'all, fair exchange ain't no damn robbery, okay? You giving Bomb D and she giving you Bomb Kitty Cat. Don't act like one is more superior over the other. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. So miss me with that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And we like cologne and food, ladies.
Like what? Nah.
Well, just buy me some Popeyes or Krispy Kremes or my favorite candy along with the sex. I don't need nothing else. See?
Popeyes and Krispy Kreme. Okay.
You're just a simple man. Just a simple man. And some men are just simple. They just want the extra gesture. Of course, yes, I want it, but maybe some chicken to go with it. It's like my chicken date that I was having. I knew it was going to be a turned up episode. And he said, I'm almost 40. God. Jonathan said he's almost 40.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense, Jonathan.
So is it true the older you get, you just don't care for it that much anymore?
No, I think guys are more emotionally connected. I think after a while, guys, Freeway J said, we are actually more complex than truly revealed. I think a lot of guys, you have to think about a little boy. I don't, whether it's a nephew or your son, when they're little, boys are very innocent. It's the world that really makes them hard. And then there's bad behaviors that they learn because then they see other guys getting over and doing things and they copycat other things, whatever. But honestly, I think a man who really is in love with a woman, he'll open up. Or like, sorry, Chrissy, whoever you are, when you're with another person, sometimes you want that little boy or girl to be able to reveal, like, be with that person and be open and say, you know what, I want to show you who I truly.
They're a little vulnerable. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to take off that that chest armor and just like really show you and give you my heart. But it has to be a special person for you to do that with. You ain't gonna do that with everybody.
Yeah.
Mad Mike Network said, I need lawyers. I have too many hoes and I don't enjoy it. Mad Mike, you got stories for days, sir. Well, you and your many hoes. But yeah, I get it. You're a man in the spotlight, so I'm pretty sure folk throwing themselves at you. And some men don't be caring for all of that. Women, whatever. You might be able to, everybody looking at you like, oh man, I really want to get with you. But maybe you're not really, that's a turnoff for you because it's like, let me chase you. You're in my inbox, you're aggressive, there's no fun in that. You're just throwing it at me. That's nothing. I can get that all the time if I really wanted to.
What just really came to my head that I never really thought about? How about all the professional sports players that always get accused of like being or like being sexually abusive to others, but you never hear about a WNBA player having false accusations. You never hear about a woman tennis player having false or accusations taunted at them. Isn't that odd? Don't you?
Well, the first time I kind of followed the WNBA a little bit more, and they did have a couple that did get married. And I can't think of the lady's name now, but she was a big time, superstar. And they was like, it was domestic violence, all that kind of stuff. It was a lot going on with that relationship. I can't think of it right now. Mm-hmm. She was like real tall, light skin. I can't think of her name now, but yeah, it was a little messy.
Yeah.
I was just listening to a podcast and there was a rapper on there, and he said like back when he first started rapping back in the 90s, he was like in his early 20s, and there was a female who was like an executive, or she was a higher up, and she played a big part in his career, and she really like forced herself on him. And he never, for him, I don't know if it was because he was younger or what have you, he said, but for him it felt like, oh wow, she wants me, she really wants me. But now he was like, now that I think about it, like I could have Me Too'd her.
Yeah,
like that was sexual harassment.
Yeah, like Terry Crews.
Sexual assault.
Yeah, Terry Crews with a guy. Remember his agent?
Yes. I heard about that.
Mm-hmm. He said that.
I think guys just look at it differently depending on the generation or the year.
Guys, I think guys don't want to say it because they don't want to go out and
it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's to them.
They don't want to look weak. Like, come on. And that's not right. That's not right. So Terry Crews was like, look, I had to. People just say, I just want to do a Me Too. But no, that's not right. Why am I in a party and now my agent feels like he has the audacity, like, no, that he has the right to just fill up on me. He was like, I felt violated.
Yeah. And you're right about that. And men keep it to themselves, but they were violated. There's men that's out there that been violated too. It's just not women, but they feel, because some people, especially let's say the teacher, how we got these stories that come out with the teachers messing around with a little young kid. And then the first thing that comes out of a male's mouth, man, if I had a woman all up on me, oh man, why are you complaining about that? But it's like, what do you mean? This still took this little man's innocence and ruined him. It's still an issue. It's still a grown ass woman violating a child, regardless of the gender. Yes. So folks like, oh man, if I had a hot chick like that, I wish she would give it to me and all that type of stuff.
I am so ashamed that you hear these female teachers. Like, remember that one that fell in love with that Mexican kid? And they had some kids together.
I think she passed away, and then she had cancer or something.
Oh wow! See, that's karma. No, forgive me, Lord. I shouldn't even say that like that.
Yeah,
I mean, but that was wrong. That was wrong that she did it that way. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm in love with him," and they got married.
And you guys got to accept it, type of deal. And everybody's like, "Oh man, I wish I would." And it's like, so okay, if it's the reverse effect, if it's the grown ass man on your daughter, because he's fine as hell. That gives it a right. And then it was Brittany Griner. If anybody didn't know who I was talking about, that WNBA player that had that whole this relationship with his her wife. And it was a mess. It was a lot of domestic, physical, sexual abuse. It was just a whole bunch. It was a messy situation. So of course, the WNBA is not as grand like the NBA and the NFL, so you might not hear about their issues. But
even though
I do hear, because I do follow it a little bit. Yeah. Even starting from college, it's a little bit more hidden, but it goes on in the locker room where it's some, because you got to think about it. It's of course some are straight, but some of them are not, and they're forcing their sexuality on somebody behind the locker room. And what's happening is they're being forced to, so that's what I'm hearing about it. I do a little bit more research on it, but yeah, some of these aggressive ass women push themselves on another woman. It's like, well, you got to be gay, because you're playing basketball or whatever,
Wow.
So yeah, read into it a little bit more. It goes a little bit deeper. It was a lot of stuff going on about that a while back about that. So
Wow. I mean,
it can happen regardless of sexual, preference. It definitely can.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Like I'll find an article and I'll put it on the link. But yeah, they definitely say it was a lot of sexual abuse, mainly though in the college though, from what I was hearing. It's like college, basketball and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then you got to think about hormones, women together, whatever, so I get it in college. So it's more mainly college, but yeah, so nothing else thoughtful in a relationship. So give me more. I don't want just sex here.
Yeah, that's not a gift. I'm sorry. No,
it's not a gift. And last but not least, let's get into this one. Why does some think sex is the answer to solve things? So I'm spelling it all wrong again, people. I was typing fast today. I was trying to get this in like let me get this up in here. Uh-oh, Nikki. Did I drop you off?
No. Oh, okay.
I ain't went nowhere, damn it.
Tornado took you.
We're gonna put you back on the other side. There we go.
Oh no, it really happened.
What you were saying, Creative Lynn, about it's like it's solving problems. And what if I do have a real issue? I'm really upset about something, and you just give me some kind of like, baby boy. She was crying and everything. He went on and went down on her and made her feel all good and fixed breakfast, and he doing all this to put her down.
Y'all know what movie this reminds me of? Baby Boy. When he
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Shit out of her, and to make it up to her, you gonna go down and give her some dick. That's a sorry.
Yeah.
That's an apology for you slapping me across my face. No.
I stole my car, Jody.
Yeah. And Jermel Meeks, I'm gonna look it up. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys. But yeah. So why do some people think that that's the way to solve things? Just to shut me up. We I'm cheating on you. I'm mad at you, but you can just come on back in. Smiling pretty and dick her down. And it's all good. It's all well. All forgiven because that's what you're given.
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. I couldn't even give you. I
couldn't
give you a quick answer if I tried.
Yeah, like I would have to have that same mindset to be able to explain, why you feel that sex is the answer to solve things. Like I don't even comprehend that, so I can't even answer that question. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's somebody in the chat or the comments that are like, "Hey, that's me. Let me tell you how it goes." So we waiting on y'all, whoever y'all are.
Yeah, I just think.
But my question was, while we wait, can you, if there is a serious problem, can you override your feelings and still get what you need from your partner? As versus if it's just something, you have an attitude.
I think it depends on what the problem is. It depends on what the issue is. Like if it's something deeply emotional, I don't think you're going to be able to set that aside and be like, okay, come do your thing and I'm going to get mine. You're going to get yours. I don't know. I think if it's something serious and something emotional, I don't think you'll be able to set that aside. I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so. Like, I think, okay, yeah, you have sex, but then what about tomorrow? And then tomorrow, you're still feeling that same way. Like, hold up, there's more to it than that. Let me really dig deep. And that's when your investigation hat, you gotta put that cap on and be like, all right, let me really try to figure this out. Something's wrong. Something's off. We had sex. I think sex should be a confirmation. Like, all right, sex checklist. We had sex. So it's not like it's because something's going south with that. So then what is it? What else is going on? Because you can't keep on thinking that sex is going to solve it because obviously it's not. So there's more to it. Figure it out. You got to figure it out. Maybe you two are just not meant to be.
And because like myself, of course, I can switch it off every now and then, like not having emotional attachment to it as well. Depending on who you're with, if it's just a hookup, then yeah, but if you really, 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 really feeling this person and this is your, long time relationship, and then it really is a deep root, you lose yourself a little bit sometimes. And sometimes you don't even get, like Nikki said, you kind of just get it over with. I don't even care anymore. It's like you turn off. You turn off because it's a deeper issue, because it's like, oh, you just gonna give it to me. This is how you're gonna resolve it, but you're not even hearing what I have to say. I'm having some real issues here and you're not listening to me. And this is what you think.
If you're doing A Color Purple, there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you consider that him doing his business.
Yeah.
You doing that and it's wrong. Something's wrong.
Yeah, it's something wrong there. So I mean, I could be mad. I could be mad and still have sex. I've said that before. I'll say it again. I can be mad and still have sex with you. But if if the issue why I'm pissed off is something deep, and if sex is not gonna fix it, kitty cat probably won't even get wet. But I don't know. It depends on the issue. I'll just say that. If it's something deep, I don't touch me. No, we need to figure some shit out.
We need to talk it out.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the issue.
Yeah,
it does. Because like, don't think you just can come in here and fix it all with this. No.
Yeah, and then you try to act like ain't shit happened. We just had this big blow up, and say we have sex right after the blow up. But the issue of why we had to blow up is still not resolved. Don't think that just because I let you hit and you got your nut, I got mine. Don't think that situation has then gone away. No, we still have something to fix. So yeah, I don't understand. Sorry, it's not a fix. It's not a reward. I don't use it as punishment. But we need to, whatever. Why I'm mad better get fixed soon. Don't think.
So we don't need to revisit this again.
Yeah, don't think that just because we got it in, don't think that situation has been solved. I'm sorry.
Magically disappeared.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely. No. And they'll try to kiss on love you, no. You're like, no, that ain't fixed the situation, but thank you. But still,
right.
You got this issue, sir.
No.
And sex don't fix everything. Sounds like an scapegoat to avoid conversation. Because he think, he or she think you don't put it down, he don't fell asleep, you gonna forget about it in the morning.
I was like, sometimes it's just you just gotta have a lot more conversations. That's what I was thinking. There's a lot more conversations you gotta have. You gotta have great conversations. You have to.
Absolutely.
No arguments. I'm not talking about arguments. I'm not talking about heated fights. I'm talking about conversations.
And when you do that investigation, you have to look at your own motives.
I'm going to hook some people up. The best time to have great conversations is after having great sex.
Facts. Because you done both got your nut off. You done both got that release. Yep. You honest as hell right after that nut. You real honest.
That person. You are physically connected to that person. What better way than to just say, you know what, we need to talk about this, that, and you know what, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what conversations come out of that.
Yeah. And I was going to get into Freeway's comment. When you do that investigation, you have to look at your own motives and accept your role in the situation before you approach the other person looking for a resolution. It can't be all them. You're right. You're right to an extent. But if it's not if he or she is the reason behind it, I mean, yes, you got to look at yourself too in this situation. But if it's truly something that they did that is just downright, you're just like, you know what? I can't. We got to talk about this. It's not going to fix overnight. You can look at yourself all day long, I guess, because you're accepting it and you're allowing it. But yeah, you got to eventually okay, we got to get to the root of this. I'm letting you know this is bothering me. I appreciate, you're still here, whatever, but we got to resolve this issue or it's going to continue being this toxic situation if we don't.
Yeah, because then those little fights, that's what I notice when something's really bothering me, when I get mad about dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I even mad about that? But it's not that. It's not that. That's not the reason why I'm pissed. There's some underlying reasons why I'm pissed. And then next thing you know, you both are flaring. You both are all hot. You both are upset and angry, but there's nobody's solving anything. My husband and I, we're fire and fire. And when we fight, we fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't let go. Like, nah, bro.
That's me. I'm the hit on the belt. Make you mad, man.
We gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Don't turn my light. Don't light my fire. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I'm not one of those people. I'm like those people like, all right, okay. But when I get there, it's hard to turn me off because I'm like, nah. And I don't like to do that. Yeah. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't want to have a stroke. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have a stroke when I'm older because I don't know how to deal with you. No. Let's talk about it now. Let's do some preventive health. Let's talk about it. Let's talk it out. And I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, that really bothers me. There's nothing.
And what Brandon said, can a woman get mad and still give fellatio? I'm pretty sure they can. But I don't think you want that.
You crazy if you allow her to do it if you know she's mad. You don't care about your life if you allow her to do it knowing that she's mad.
I don't know if you want that, sir, because you know some go in their head like, I remember this. Woo. It's a bad time, people.
That's exactly where my mind went. But I was like, let me not say nothing. I'm on the other team. Maybe I should just I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you want a woman that, because that's one thing about fellatio. It's a pleasurable moment, blah, 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 all that good stuff. So a mad woman ain't finna be all pleasurable with it. I'm sorry. It's going to be yanking and mad and here, man, get these teethus because I'm pissed off at you, sir. Okay, so you can trust it all you want to, but no. Let's talk about it before she go down there and go to town on you because you're gonna find out real quick how mad she is.
That's gonna be one to remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Them teeth that we talked about earlier, they're gonna play a part.
Mm-hmm. We men always know that at any point the kitty cat will shut down. That's every man who truly commit himself to so she kind of shuts down, or she's not really feeling it like that. And she's all with it most of the time, but this particular time she's kind of shutting herself down. So she might give in to you, but she's half-assed with it. And now it's like, what is really the issue here? So absolutely some men can tell.
There's but so much time that you can fake it. You know what I'm saying? Or not fake it, but there's so much time, because if that's the case, then why are you in a relationship? You could do that with anybody. All you gotta do is call up a client. If I'm doing it like that, then I'm gonna make some money off of this. You know what I'm saying? Women want you. Women want you. She wants to be with you. She wants to connect with you. She wants to. Yeah, she can be mad one time, but if it seems like that's a pattern, there's something wrong with that relationship. If she feels like she gotta get through some things all the time, no, get through it. Talk about it. It ain't gonna. Sex don't solve everything. It don't.
Yeah, if she nagging, you got some work to do.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. There's something definitely going on.
Because what's the point? Why women? We got too many options to be dealing with that.
And you got to have those communication meetings weekly. Absolutely. I don't care if y'all busy schedule. You got to be set down a time that's like, okay, what's going on today? How's your day? And go and talk. That's one thing that ruins a lot of relationships, that communication. If you ain't got that, there's really no saving that relationship. Y'all just going through the moments.
Yeah.
And it says, in a relationship, marriage, we should examine ourselves and own up to our faults. Of course, ignoring problems and conflict will fester. Absolutely. All it's going to do is just going to create another layer of problems and problems and problems and problems, to the point where it's like, I've had enough because you don't hear me. You're not listening to me. We're not resolving this. And that's when they go cheat and, do all those things. And it can happen from both woman and man. Mm-hmm.
When you in a well, it depends on the relationship, right? But I'm talking about a deep relationship, no matter what it is, whoever it is. If you're in a deep relationship, pride should be out the window. Pride should be out the window. Don't be like, oh, well, because of what you did. And I'm saying? No, I'm gonna wait for you to apologize. I'm mad. Like, somebody got to be the bigger person. Absolutely. You got to let that go. Or why are you in a relationship? Because it's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin it. You're going to want to put the people really shallow or really vain or really just immature. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, hey, guy, every time we get upset or whatever, I'm the one coming to you. I'm the one that's coming to you. Hey, we'll talk about it. People get tired. It got to go back and forth. It has to be back and forth. If it ain't going to work.
Oh, Freeway, this is not the time to be trying to get some short-term goals and aspirations. She gonna scruff your ass up. Y'all so silly. And I have a question from Brandon Marshall, and I guess we can go ahead. I know it's been about an hour and a half. So, do women have a lot of options? A lot seem kind of desperate as far as
desperate.
Options as far as what?
What, sex? Like, just, kind of clarify that a little bit, Brandon.
Yeah.
Option as in, dating? Like, we really need to clarify that so we can kind of answer that. We appreciate the question, though.
Yeah,
you know,
I definitely want to dive into. If he elaborates, I want to
and
dive
while
into
we
that.
waiting on that, Nikki, did you have like a? God, no, I don't never prepare for that. The after, like a sidebar.
Sidebar. Shit, I wasn't prepared today. I was having an interesting conversation earlier today about the dating scene after 40.
Okay.
I don't know if that's interesting enough to talk about, though. I don't know how y'all feel.
I mean, we can definitely do it. We can do it.
For the single folks in the bunch. Because I know 10 years ago, the mindset for me seems to have been different 10 years ago. Like now, I feel like the dating scene, if you're 40 and over, is shit. It's full of shit. And I was asking another grown person, I was like, why?
But she was
I was like, why do you think that is? Like, what happened? When did the switch happen? Because it seems like people nowadays are literally full of shit. They can't keep it real to save their life. They're about nothing but games. They're not sincere and honest. Like, it's all about lies and what you can get out of people. Like, I don't understand that mindset. And for the life of me, I wish I knew, like, when the shift happened. Because I felt like before I was married, what is this? This is 21 now. So 10 years ago would have been 2011. I was still in a committed relationship. But before that, I feel like 2008, 2009, 2010, like, I feel like the dating scene was just way different than what it is now. And I don't know. I like, why? I need to know what happened to where people feel like there's nothing to gain unless you play games, unless you lie, unless you're all about deceit and you're all about what you can get out of the other person. I don't understand that mindset.
Right, because it's like, who's going to use who?
Yes.
And because men are probably, honestly, I'm listening to you're starting to listen to a lot of men speak up about that. A lot of men are just tired of women using them. Mm-hmm. They're tired of being used. And now they're trying to express themselves, saying, you know what, before I put myself out there, I need to know if she's the real deal. Mm-hmm. And I personally think how you start off something is how you end. You got to be careful with that too, because it might be somebody who really is worth you sticking it out and being real with. But when you get caught up, when you start, however you start something is how it's going to end. You start with games, you start playing, but people are afraid to expose who put their heart on their sleeve. So they play these games, but honestly, everybody's losing. Mm-hmm. Who's winning?
And I want to get into, because Brandon, we can kind of get into, dating older, but let's incorporate a little bit of this conversation, because the men in here having an interesting conversation right here. Basically, about all, women have a lot of options. A lot of women these days got a man for every specific need or want in her life. And I do see Freeway, it's different as hell with this online shit. What happens to courting? I miss throwing rocks at her window. It was another option. I was missing another one. It was another comment. Yeah, here it goes. Freeway, Meeks, they are women. They all got options. So, yeah, I feel about that. That women got
yes,
options in a different man for different situations.
Yes. Why do you think there's so many pictures out there on social media? Why do you think a lot of they have options, and why do you think there's likes on pictures? You know what I'm saying? Yes, women have.
We have options, but they're not good ones. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, we probably have options for a lot of dick, but that's about it.
Right.
Do we have a lot of options for somebody that wants to create a life with you? Do we have options for somebody that wants the absolute best for you? Do we have options for somebody that wants to grow with you? Those options are far and few between. Now, if we're talking strictly dick, oh yeah, ladies have lots of options when it comes to that. Right. They want to do that. They want to lick your box before even meeting you face to face. Like my inbox is freaking ridiculous and just utterly disgusting sometimes. But I've learned now to take it with a grain of salt. But the options that you speak of, like, that's not really something that I would brag about at this point, because right now those options are shit. Literally, they're shit. So I mean,
what they're gonna say, you know, how you're saying, we got the man that bring the food, we got the chef, you got the mechanic, we got the, you know.
That if you're saying that, do you think that it could be possibly the way you're approaching the situation? So if you put yourself out there to be bold, like if you put yourself out there to be promiscuous, that's the opposite you're gonna get. Do you think that?
So, I don't know if I agree with that.
Say that again.
I don't know if I agree. Like, what in your opinion is putting yourself out there as promiscuous? Give me some examples.
Well, all I'm saying is that I personally think if a woman who is sexual, who knows she's sexy, doesn't always have to reveal her body all the time. And I really do think that. And a woman who has her act together 9 times out of 10, she's going to get somebody hitting her up, and it ain't going to be somebody who is on social media. There's going to be someone who's going to be her coworker who sees how she carries herself and whatever. It ain't always going to be. All I'm trying to say is that a lot of, and I've heard this through someone, and it was like, you know what? I'm tired of always going on social media and then they're posting fan only images or fan only photos. It gets boring. It
That's
gets
a whole
boring.
other ball game.
So my point is that guys are tired. Every time you go on social media, they seeing this, they seeing that, they seeing this, and there's a whole bunch of them. So guys who are really that option isn't going to be a part of that. Who's watching you and looking at you isn't going to like that post because of what you're saying, because he don't want to be one of those guys in that group that you're talking about. When he knows because he values himself, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to do that because maybe that's what she wants, and that's not what I want.
And Dax said,
so I want to get to Dax. Yeah, there you go.
And two different things. When women have always had options these days, they just choose to exercise them more.
Or not.
Or not. I was looking for the or not.
Jeez,
or choose not to entertain
it. No. Yeah, 99% of the dudes in my inbox get ignored and left on red. Or they probably even get blocked if they came at me sideways. So, yeah.
I just remember my mother telling me when I was real young, in regards to women having options. I was built kind of mature for my age. And we used to walk down the street, and my mother was telling me, and guys used to be staring at us or staring at her. And she told me, she said, Mommy, don't let that go to your head. If a fish wiggle right, they're going to be chasing after that too. And that was something, that was one of my first lessons I learned about men. I was like,
part.
All right.
Yep. And Jamel Meeks, it's not about a woman having multiple men, more so about the fact that women have the power. A woman can truly have any man she wants, but she's just it. Women have more rejection than acceptance. Yeah, that's right. And it's kind of what Nikki was saying. It's like, and the other gentleman, it's if she chooses to have all those options, it's
air keep coming up.
You can carry yourself any type of way and the advances are going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, especially if you're a beautiful, beautiful young lady, it's going to be there at the workplace. It's going to be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the news reporters that, they're beautiful. Nobody's looking at what she got to say about the weather or whatever. They're just looking like, oh man, she's just fine. And, so they throwing their advances at her because how she looks, at the same time, like the sports entertainment, what I'm doing, I feel like I have to be challenged a little bit more because a lot of times I'm doing what I do and then it be all in the chat. Oh man, Miss Maggie, Miss Maggie googly eyes, all that stuff. But it's like, did you really hear what I had to say?
No.
At the same time. So I had to struggle with that a little bit too, as well. So it just depends, you know what I'm saying?
So I want to highlight Jonathan's comment. The thing is, y'all give and show a bunch of love to the wannabe thugs these days. The good dudes, we always get friend zoned for real. Now, my follow-up question to you, Jonathan, is those women that you're speaking of that show a bunch of love to these wannabe thugs, how old are they? Because if they're our age and above, we not thinking about no wannabe thugs. I'm sorry, that's not appealing to us. So to you, I ask, what is the age? What's the demographic of the ladies that you're referring to? Because I myself am 41. I'll be 42 in June. Gemini. But a wannabe thug is not even the last thing. It's not on my list at all. So, what I'd ask you, what's the age of, the ladies that you're referring to? Because me, myself, and I could give two shits about a wannabe thug. That does nothing for me.
And then let's get a GA. That's my point. Women have these expectations of what they want in a man, but I feel like women don't ask what does but y'all saying women as the entirety. Not all women think like that. Some women want to know what's going on with you. Yeah. Some women want to know what's going on with your life. I'm not going to put that on all women. Maybe the women you met, possibly, but not all women think like that. They're just, it's all about them, and you got to meet these needs. I think me and Nikki was talking about this last week, wasn't we? I think where we was basically about what you got to offer and what are you offering for him as well. It's kind of a two-way street. You can't be saying I want all this and I want all that, and you ain't.
All you got is coochie.
And all you got is coochie. You gotta have a little bit more about yourself to bring to that table for you to demand what you want out of somebody else. So some women think differently. It's just you just gotta maybe step outside the box of where you're finding these women and find you a little bit more mature woman that think a little differently. Because I'm not gonna say that's for every female. That's just me. Because I don't think like that. That's just what it is. But it's getting close. I ain't want to hold y'all for 2 hours now,
Right.
But we can get to the topic, and it's late. So, I guess we can go ahead and close it out. Shout out to 478. If you get friend zone, you acting like a friend. I disagree with the thug idea. Women are enticed by your confidence. Nice guys aren't as confident.
Yeah.
So Mike, you think the only guys that have confidence are wannabe thugs? I'm sorry, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one either. No.
And the ones that are agreeing with him are men. So I find that pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one, Mike. I'm sorry, because sometimes it's a real nice guy that has hella confidence. But guess what?
Yeah.
He might just be meeting the wrong woman though sometimes. Or
there's a major difference between confidence and confident. Confidence is a guy that knows how he carries himself, especially because women. One thing that I do know is that women would absolutely test your ass. You can be nice, you can be a thug, but if you're not confident in exactly how you're going to react to a situation, because for instance, if there's something about this woman that pisses you off and you don't really want to get under her skin because you're afraid of it, and you have a guy that is confident, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if he gets under your skin. It's a different type of confidence. Guys are confident who they are, but you aren't as confident when it comes down to pissing her off. There's two different types of vibes. So for me personally, that's I've been on the nice road. I've been the nice guy and I've been the crazy guy. And the difference for me has always been I was afraid to say something because I was afraid to lose her. I was always confident who I am, but I was afraid of losing her. So therefore, that confidence wasn't there. So it's two different types of confidence.
Guys, right. That, and I think that's what I was trying to say about with the whole thing with Nikki when she was like, well, what do you mean about the whole photos? Sometimes a good guy who sees like, wow, she is beautiful, but how do I approach her? So I'd rather not say anything because I don't want to come off as one of those guys that she's talking about.
That's kind of, you know, in point. Her DM, you know, interested in her. He actually is a nice guy.
I don't want to be another DM that she ignores either.
I get you.
You better come with some originality.
Because that's exactly where I was going with that.
Right. There is a difference because I don't give a damn. Like if I want a damn girl, I'm a go after her. I don't really care about, you know. Of course, you're gonna be in your feelings about not getting what you want, but like for me, like I don't give a damn about, you know, as far as like being turned down. Like it's a fine line. How does
a man stand out with so much out there? Like, how does a man stand out?
Being you. That's the whole being you. A lot of people are afraid of being what I'm doing.
It's like, how do you view you on social media? It's like, you know, how do you stand out? It's hard. That's hard just really think about that. That's kind of hard to do. So many.
I don't know. It's not hard. For me, it's not hard. You know what makes you stand out? You know what makes you stand out? How many y'all listen to me real quick right here, okay?
Men.
If you are a man or if you're a woman and you're pursuing another woman, let me tell you how you stand out, okay? When your words and your actions both match, that's how you stand out. Because that shit is rare nowadays.
Well,
don't tell me something. And what I mean by that is, don't tell me something, but your actions show me something completely different than what you told me. If you want to stand out, make sure your words and your actions match. Don't make her choose between, should I listen to his words or, but he said this, but he's acting like this. So maybe I should trust his actions.
But you're talking
Don't
about.
Make her choose. Don't make her choose.
But I'm talking about in the very beginning. So you put a post out there, and how is this person going to stand out to the point where you will even choose to go onto their account to see who they are to match up his words with his action? How does that even happen?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest.
It starts at the very beginning. If you're telling a girl you're interested in her, you tell her you want to get to know her. And then you follow that up with, you only have something to say to her when she posts a picture and you're talking about her titties or her ass, or you're talking about her looks. That's all you're talking about is how she looks.
It's all about
you don't want to get to know me. You're infatuated with the way that I look. So that's what I say when I mean, just make sure your words and your actions match. It's not hard.
Right. So if you're really interested in me, you will show that you're genuinely interested in me.
That's hard. It's not hard.
Yes. Follow her. You're gonna make comments. You're gonna that's non-sexual. You're gonna say, all right, you're not just gonna wait for just one post. You're gonna follow her.
Hard.
Okay.
I don't know why people think it's hard. It's not hard. When you're genuine, your words and your actions both match. I shouldn't have to choose between one or the other. No, I want both of them to say the same damn thing.
And what do you mean, Jonathan? Very vague. What are you guys referring to? What's vague?
Who's vague?
Waterman. I don't know. We need explanation to what's vague.
Because I'm being real to the point.
Very detailed. Very detailed.
Actions and ways speak louder than words from my mother's years ago. But that's my thing. That's my thing, though. It shouldn't be that way. If you're genuine, your words and your actions will match. I shouldn't have to choose one over the other. My opinion.
If you're genuine, if you're genuinely trying to pursue me, I get what you're saying. That's not vague at all. That's what you're meaning.
I agree, Nikki, because you can tell a woman that she's beautiful all she wants, but if you
they get a hey beautiful all day long. But
all day long, You can say that. I've said that to plenty of women, and they look at me like, yeah, all right, whatever. All right, no.
Okay.
Like, if you
do you
don't
know how many men are in my inbox right now that says I want to get to know you?
Hey, beautiful, how you doing?
Do you know how many messages there are that say I want to get to know you? I want to take you out. I want to blah blah blah.
Look,
but
that's why I had to break it down because I figured that's where they was going with it. No, it's not. She's not saying, "Oh, folks, just in my inbox. I just got it like that." No, she's saying is it happens to me. I get those type of inboxes, and it's just like, okay, what else? You know, what do you want, sir? Because I can tell by your pitch what you're truly here for, you know, by just off of how you're presenting yourself. So
you gotta take it.
If you're gonna be more interested in me, it gotta be more than just the hey beautiful. Fast. You said what now?
Way too fast. Guys move way fast to try to get a woman. You cannot jump in all like full throttle. You gotta take that shit slow. All right. There's a song that Parker always said. It's like you got to learn how to finesse it. You can't always, beat it up and all that type. Like you got to learn how to take your time. Like that's what a lot of guys get all shit messed up because they trying to rush into things.
Right. Because just like you're saying, you're looking for words and actions. They're looking at words and actions from you too. So if you're on social media, it's the good. Like if he knows he's a good catch, he's gonna watch you for a minute, and he's gonna see what you all about, and then he's gonna see you full of crap.
True. I guess, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, if you're judging a person solely by what they post on social media, you're losing. A lot of people take social media as entertainment. They do it for shits and giggles, and nothing more, nothing less.
So when you say actions, that's what I'm confused about. So then back to what you're saying about actions. So you're taking it, you want to take them seriously on one end, but not like, I don't understand.
I mean, if you're wanting to get to know somebody, you need to get the hell off social media.
So you talk about DM wise. Forget social media.
You need to talk outside. You need to talk outside of social media. I mean, you can message on, there's Messenger, Facebook Messenger, but if you're trying to get to know somebody and you're doing that solely by if you're doing that solely by what's being posted, you're losing. I'm sorry, you're losing. Unless there's somebody on here that posts their whole entire life on social media and what they post is law, 9 times out of 10, somebody can post, all men ain't shit. And they laid up with their man who's very faithful and very loyal and pleases them in every way. But they're going to post a meme that says, all men ain't shit. So you see what I'm saying? If you're trying to get to know somebody and it's solely based on what they're posting on social media, you're losing.
But I'm talking about a woman who posts this one guy and she's, I'm together with this guy and this and that, blah, blah. And hey, y'all, I'm single again. And then I'm like, people see these things. People see.
Yeah, I agree.
Put all that business.
I agree with that.
Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then what Jonathan said, how do y'all get all that from a DM? It's not, you can see the body language. It's just, it don't have to be the tone of voice or anything. It's just the conversation that happens. All it is just pretty much it's subject to certain things, how you look, and it's not really anything about really getting to know me. You know what I'm saying? It's more geared toward, oh man, I saw how you was looking the other day. You're looking really good. What else?
Right.
What else?
DMing a woman is never a good start. If you're trying to get to know a woman, the last thing that you want to do is hit her up 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It doesn't matter the time. The last thing, the worst thing that you want to do is immediately say, okay, I just wanted to talk to you. Her guard is already up. So do not, if you really enjoy her, have a conversation in front of people, not hit her DM and say, hey, how you doing? I just want to see how you're doing. She's already like, I know what he's doing.
What else? What you want? Where you going with it? We already subjecting you right then in that inbox. Like, what do you want? Well, let's go ahead and start this conversation.
It's important.
Where you going with this one?
Because things are changing. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So, what you're saying is basically put yourself out there in comments, get to know them, and Nikki saying, don't take all we joke around. It's more some people use it just for comedy. So just get to know this person, follow this person for a while. Let that person keep an eye. Let that person respond. And then take it to DM and say, hey, what's going on? And try to do it that way. Don't You expect somebody to be like, it doesn't work that way, guys. Really get to know.
Play your cards right.
Yeah,
play your cards right. That's the name of the song. That's the name of the song. So check that out. You can't always just go full throttle because you're afraid somebody else might steal it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to play and take damn time. All right.
Yeah, she a stallion. She a Mustang. She a stallion. She good. She good.
No.
But all right, people, let's close it up. I know it's late.
Yes.
I didn't even ask how long y'all wanted to be on here, so I appreciate you guys hanging with us tonight. But it's the after shot. The after shot is pretty much just promote yourself. Your last minute thoughts. It can be whatever you want to talk about. Just since you guys are the guests today, just if you want to shout out whatever you want to shout out. It doesn't even have to be related to what we talked about or anything. Just this is the last final little thought moment, basically. So whoever want to start there.
Thank you guys for having us on, and shout out Under the Moon. Tune in next week. We got our mothers coming on. This is going to be really fun. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Mama,
what she said.
Okay, so Under the Moon, that's Mom First Always with the Z Network. Follow them. It's in the description, the link. Creative Lynn and Miss A to B, as well as Cooking with Teresa on Mondays.
Time with Teresa.
I said Cooking with Teresa. Time with Teresa on Mondays. So, go check out their network as well. They got some great episodes and interviews with some awesome people as well. So just, thought to bring them on our show. Appreciate you ladies. Yes. But Mike, you all here, what you want to, shout out and your last thoughts. You just couldn't stay away, huh?
He loves us.
Falcons.
I love you. I'm just playing. I was just playing. Don't take that serious. Hey, look, this is tomorrow, Friday. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be a busy time for us. It's draft night.
What's going on? Oh, okay.
Draft night. Yeah. And we're going live.
Night, so we want everybody. You don't have to be a Falcons fan to come and chill with us. So check us out, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Myself, Maggie will actually have a show coming soon where we're gonna, just hit on topics that is a little bit more me. I can be a little bit more asshole-ish. Okay, I just want to be a little bit more of an asshole when I can and be honest and real about situations that I want to say, but I can't say it on You had to throw that in there. No, check us out, man. I appreciate it. Y'all
just want to highlight up there, go Falcons, go Falcons. That's right.
That's why I said go Cowboys. I thought that go Falcons.
Just had to throw that in there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, check us out tomorrow. I guess I'll probably set that up tonight to go ahead and advertise it. But yeah, we will be watching the draft with all our fans. Come in, chill with us. We pretty much making it like a tailgate. We're going to be eating, having a good time, and we're going to have special guests. It's going to be a huge, huge night. Like he said, you don't have to be a Falcons fan because we're going to be waiting on that pick for number 4. And there's a possibility that we might not even pick in that first round. So we could just be talking about other teams getting picked. So come watch with us and chillax with us and just enjoy yourself. It's going to be a fun time tomorrow. So y'all definitely do that. So that's pretty much my promotion as well as Mike.
So for me, what's today? The 28th. So we got a couple more days left of April. Get y'all some pure romance. Okay. There's some pure romance in your life. Hit me up if you want to order because I have a discount code that is ready for you to use on the website so you can get you a discount and, get you some smell good. Y'all, men, and we're not leaving y'all out. This is not just for ladies. In spite of what y'all may think, we have products for y'all too that make y'all's beard soft and smelling good. And we got lotion, body oil, shower wash, everything to have you walking around smelling like a god. And so yeah, hit me up if you want to order some Pure Romance.
And it's Mother's Day, people. Mother's Day coming
Yes.
up. So if you want to go ahead, get it in now.
Yes.
Get it in now, and then go ahead and pre-order your Father's Day stuff too. Just be prepared for that. But we'd held these ladies long enough, and you know it's late in Georgia and around the East Coast. So
right.
We appreciate you guys. Not East Coast, but I'm talking about. You know
I got
what I mean.
Tornadoes over here.
Yeah,
Eastern Standard Time. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys. You said something, Ada?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying good night.
Okay. Well, good night, people. Appreciate you guys. Share this content.
Over there,
Subscribe to the channel.
Bye.
Yeah, be safe, please. All right, and we're out.